Hi guys, so Fighting Games Month on the Vita continues, and today I'm looking at the four SNK games on the Vita, the four SNK fighting games on the Vita. And so rather than taking each one of these games individually, I'm going to talk about these four games and also rank them in terms of worst to best in my opinion. Obviously, you guys may disagree, but this is just my opinion from playing them. So first up, in terms of these four games, Garou Mark of the Wolves, King of Fighters 97, Samurai Showdown 5, and The Last Blade 2. In my opinion, Samurai Showdown 5 is the worst of these four games. So let's jump into it and take a look at it. Okay, so taking a look at the main menu, there's not a huge amount in terms of options, but that's actually pretty similar for all of these SNK games. So you've got a decent amount of characters, and actually the pixel graphics again is really good here. One thing to point out on this game, on the PSN, even before the Sony started messing around with PSN and removing all the Vita titles, this game was not showing as a Vita game on at least on the EU PSN. On the US one, North America, I'm not sure if that's the case or not, but you could still buy it by buying the PS4 game. So you can still grab this game even though it's probably not on the Vita store as well in terms of on your Vita, but you can get it if you want to grab it from PSN by downloading the PS4 version, since it is cross-buy. Um, so that's one annoyance of this game, but you can buy it, so don't feel that you can't if you're not able to find it. Now, in terms of the actual gameplay, it's very different from the other fighters on this list. Firstly, there's a big emphasis on the sword play, on the kind of the weapons, and so actually in terms of it doesn't feel as kind of smooth. I think it's much more technical. So unless you're kind of willing to spend the time to learn it, and I'm sure there are lots of people who have, it's much harder to kind of pick up and just kind of get into it and just play it. One interesting thing as well is that because they're using swords, and I'm guessing this is the reason, um, it's very easy to kill people. So if you can execute a special move, you could take down potentially, like, say, 60% of someone's health in one go, which is good when you're doing the damage, but obviously can be difficult when you're the one receiving it. And I think for me, the reason why this is sort of last on my list, I just kind of, I don't think I've really put the time into sort of learning this game and really kind of understanding sort of the mechanics, which is why it's kind of not really clicked with me. I think that it does have an audience. Obviously, Samurai Showdown games. This is the fifth one, and there's been another one recently. So obviously they do have their audience, and people do enjoy them. But this game wasn't for me, to be honest. So let's take a look at the next game on the list, which is The Last Blade. Okay, so this is The Last Blade 2. And very again similar in terms of the options available. There's a more limited number of characters on this game. But again, I think for all of the games that SNK have put out, love the pixel graphics, love the style of the game. This game also emphasizes the use of swords and weapons, but there isn't as much. You can't kind of win the game as quickly or as easily as you can in Samurai Showdown 5, assuming you know how to execute these moves, which obviously I didn't know very well on Samurai Showdown 5 because I didn't really take the time to learn it. But I found this game is much kind of smoother and much more sort of enjoyable, I found at least, to play. So that's one of the reasons why I've ranked this higher on my list anyway compared to Samurai Showdown 5. This is again, it's a really great game, and I think for the next three games, this one, Last Blade 2, King of Fighters 97, and Garou Mark of the Wolves, all of them are really good games. It's literally, actually, Samurai Showdown was the only one that I would say that I didn't really enjoy. Um, or didn't really kind of get into, but other than that, all three of them are great. But this one just feels a little bit slower than Garou, a little bit slower than King of Fighters 97, and probably still more technical than those games rather than kind of just pick up and play fun. So it's kind of fell a little bit lower on my list personally. So guys, let's go and take a look at King of Fighters 97, which is the second, which I would put second out of these four games. Okay, guys, so this is King of Fighters 97. Again, not a huge number of modes available in any of these games, but one thing that really sets King of Fighters apart from the other games is this mode called Team Play. So you could have single play where you're playing just one character against one character, or team play is when you're picking three characters. And so I quite like that aspect to it as well, that you can, it kind of varies it up a little bit more, which kind of sets it apart a bit from some of the other games. Now, my history with King of Fighters, I think I only really got into the series on the Dreamcast. I enjoyed it, but didn't love it when I first played it. But then what really got me into the characters and into the series more was Capcom versus SNK on the Dreamcast. And so that was kind of a really a great chance to sort of see these characters in action. And I really started sort of enjoying the characters in the world. And I remember seeing the anime for was it King of Fighters anime? No, Fatal Fury anime, which was really good. So that's what kind of really started enjoying the characters more after that, and maybe that's what's kind of added more to my enjoyment generally, and ranking this second on the list. But this is a really great game. Again, great pixel graphics. I just love the graphics of all four of these games. And the gameplay is great as well. It feels really kind of fast-paced and smooth. And I think it probably does help that I'm kind of know these characters, and so I can kind of I guess I can play them better because I know them, which maybe one of the reasons why I enjoy it so much. But it's a great game. This is a really fun game, and the characters are really fun to use as well. The stages are really kind of bright and beautiful in terms of the graphics too. But yeah, there's no complaints. There's the fact that this is number two on the list is not because it's kind of a bad game by any means. It's just that I kind of preferred Garou Mark of the Wolves. This one did get a physical release from Limited Run Games, which is very cool. I've got that one. Very glad to have that as well. I wish Garou Mark of the Wolves had a physical game. But why don't we jump into that one and take a look at that game now? Okay, guys, so this is Garou Mark of the Wolves, which, in my opinion, is the best of these four games. But like I said, between this and King of Fighters 97, I think they're both great games. I just kind of rank this one a little bit higher because I just prefer the gameplay and the way it plays and looks in general. Um, this game is so much fun, and as with the other ones, the pixel graphics is awesome. The kind of the movement of the characters, everything just kind of looks so good in this game, in my opinion. um, you haven't got, again, very many options in terms of modes or anything, but it still just plays really well, and it's just really fun. These games, all four of them, were updated not that long ago to include or to update for multiplayer. So you can play online against PS4 owners, actually, which is cool. I was not able. No, actually, that's a lie. I was able to find one person once on this game to play online, but the it was such a bad lag in terms of the gameplay that it was really slow, just not great at all. So it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't a good experience. But there is that option, and maybe it was my internet, maybe it was their internet. I'm not sure, but there is that option at least to play online, which is cool. Um, this game, even without online, it's still a really fun game. I still really enjoy it. The cast of characters is not as big as King of Fighters 97, but it's still really fun game. And like I said, the pixel graphics are just awesome on this game. Why don't we give a go? Why, let's give it a go and let's try and jump into multiplayer and see if we can find a match. I'm not uh, I'm not expecting much, to be honest. Oh wow, okay, we found someone. Okay, I was not expecting that at all. Let's see how well it connects. Uh, and let's play. Okay, there we go. Let's see how it goes. Well, it seems to be working pretty well. I'm quite impressed, actually. He is destroying me, but it's still, at least it's working. That's what I'm most impressed with right now. A little bit of a lag, but not bad at all. So hey, that's pretty cool, guys. I was able to show you an online match on this game. Actually, I do feel like there's a bit of a lag in terms of the presses I'm doing. Not, yeah, a little bit of a lag. I can feel it. That's my excuse for doing so badly. Cool. So I'm glad I was able to show that, guys. I was surprised that actually anyone is online and able to play, but that's very cool. Aside from the multiplayer and normal mode, there's also a survival mode as well. Obviously, where you're facing off against kind of unlimited waves of enemies, which again is very cool. It's that just adds longevity to the game as well. But guys, I think all for this one, King of Fighters 97 and Garou Mark of the Wolves, love these games. I think they're absolutely brilliant. Kind of top tier in terms of fighting games on Vita. Last Blade 2 is good as well. Samurai Showdown, I think obviously a lot of people do enjoy it, so maybe you would as well. But yeah, just it's just not for me. So guys, let me know in the comments which is your favorite fighting game of these four and why. Thank you very much for watching.